Good evening. Welcome back. It's your boy. Excuse me, I just needed a big drink there. Okay, let's get it started. Eagles win today at Carolina, 21-18. I was intense the whole game, especially on offense. I thought the defense played amazing. Let's start off with them, right? We got 3 sacks, 3 interceptions. We had a deflective passes. There's a lot of third down conversions. They didn't convert. You know what I mean? Defense was amazing. Okay, it was just amazing. I love the way they played. They were already talking about Fletcher Cox slacking with it. Look, man, if we have Fletcher in the game, that's a big man, And then we got Kerrigan in there, and then we got Sweat, and whoever else we have on defensive line. The more, the merrier. It just makes our defensive line that much more intimidating. Secondary, wow. I'm just happy that these guys got their chance, got their interceptions. Nelson, Darius Slay with 2. And it's because these guys are playing man on some of those defensive calls. We don't have to play zone every time. We don't have to play man every time. But I don't know how you see it, but when I see them playing man and they get an interception, it's just like, it's right there. You know what I mean? It's right there. I felt like we struggled a lot on offense. We're still struggling. Okay, and honestly, like, I thought the players, look, when I say the players, I mean everybody. Defense, offense, all the players did well. Special teams, you know what I mean? The block punt, Jake Elliott with those field goals, you know what I mean? Before the half, when we got that field goal, I actually went crazy. I clapped. I was like, it's a long field goal. And we ended up getting 3 points. I think that's great. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Even though we're down, hey, we got to build on points that we're getting. You know what I mean? To try to come back, to try to stay in this game. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to see as a fan. You want to see continue to fight, to try to get the win, to try to stay in the game. As soon as you start giving up and you start getting frustrated and you start, the safety, it was a bad snap. And we were just lucky that it got to a safety. I mean, Hurts, you need to throw that out of bounds, bro. You need to throw it at the back of the end zone. Don't try to grab it. Throw it in the back of the end zone. You're already in there. They're gonna tackle you. The worst thing that could have happened, they would have got a defensive touchdown. So, you'll learn that in film. When you watch the film, swap that the back of the end zone. Make sure it's a safety. Other than that, whoo, man, I thought the players played great. Defensive coordinator. Look, we're going to talk about the coaches. And I'm going to start with defensive coordinator. Look, man, you saw that man-to-man worked. And then you saw on that 3rd and 15 that you played zone and they got the first down. Because you want to call zone. I don't know why. If it's 3rd and 15, don't play scared, dude. You can play a double safety back. Play your middle zone or your man, at the line, dude. Don't just because it's 3rd and 15, it don't mean you have to be like, oh, well, let's drop everyone back. Because that's the first mistake everybody makes. You know? We know they're gonna throw it. They're gonna throw it deep, but let's put some pressure. Let's make it look like we're not scared. You know, dropping everybody back is too obvious, and then we don't even get nothing out of it because we're calling a zone back. Like, you know, study your film this week because we're on a short week. We got Tampa, you know, on Thursday night, and hopefully we wear black. You know, I have Fletcher Cox jersey in black, and I look forward to wearing that jersey. You know, wear your black jerseys, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully it's the blackout at Lincoln Financial Field. Offense. Jesus. I don't know if we have an offensive coordinator or not. They're saying that Nick Sirianni's calling the play calls, and then, you know, we got an offensive coordinator. Like, whoever it is, like I said, I felt like the players won this game. Coaches, they need a lot of work, man. A lot of work. And nobody knows how to call a game on this coaching staff. You have, like, zone bad the 3rd and 15s, and then they get the first down on the defensive call. To me, that was a defensive bad call. You know, it's a drop back zone. Like, how easier do you want to put it for them to get a first down? You know? And on offense, I don't know what we're doing, man. It's like we get behind for some weird reason. We get behind, and we panic. We start, all of a sudden, it's just, okay, we got to get downfield and score. It's pass hungry. You know, trigger happy. To me, it's trigger happy. Everybody knows you love to pass the ball. Every other team in the NFL knows you love to pass the ball because you're passing it 37 times a game. You know, look, don't get me wrong. I like Jalen Hurts throwing the ball. You know, I like that he's our quarterback. And we know that he has an arm. You know, but when you don't know how to use Miles Sanders, and then you take him out the game and you put Gainwell because you know he's frustrated because the damn play call. If you ask me, I was on Miles Sanders' side when he was frustrated. You have a play call that it's a quarterback option to the sideline. Run it down the gut. Clock manage. You know? Clock manage. What do you expect Miles to do? You never run it. First of all, you want to run it when we have a lead. Like, that's fine. But listen, man, if you would have used the running game all game long, we would have been at 36. We would have been at 40. But you don't run it because you feel like you're behind and you got to pass. Like, you know, Nick Sirianni, you gotta run the ball, man. You gotta dip in some runs. 1st and 10, pass it. 2nd and 10, run it. 3rd and 10, pass it. It's that simple, man. It's better than 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10, and then 4th and 10, and they're all incompletes because you're just passing. You don't move anywhere. Like, when you don't get a completion, you do not move anywhere. And you need to understand all those incompletions piled up to the end of the 3rd quarter where you get a 48-yard or whatever it was to Qued Watkins completion. You know, you can't gamble all game long just to get that. You know, the Eagles won today, but I'm like, you know, I fear a lot for this coaching staff, these play calls, defense and offense, special teams coach. Hey, y'all get all the credit, man. Y'all had a blocked punt. Excuse me. A couple of punt returns, a couple of kickoff returns. We gotta work on. Other than that, field goal unit's good. The punt return unit's okay. You know, we got a block punt. You know, special teams coaches, the special teams did good today. They did good. Like I said, we got to work on some punt return, kickoff returns. Yeah, we got to work on those because we were giving up some good amount of returns. But offense, like it's not even the player's fault, guys. Let's be honest here. This is not the player's fault. I only saw like one audible today from Jalen Hurts. So he was mostly listening to the play calls, you know. He tried to audible, but you know, and please, I can't stress this enough. And hopefully Nick Sirianni and the offensive coordinator and whoever's involved in the damn offensive calls, run the ball in the red zone. Run the ball. If you're not gonna run the ball in the red zone. You saw Jalen 2 touchdowns rushing. Gainwell rushing and touchdowns in the Falcons game. And last week, touchdowns rushing the ball. Rush the ball in the red zone, please. Rush the ball in the red zone. And use the running game more. Use the running game more. You had Sanders with 11 carries. That's not enough. If you ask me, that's not enough. And then you had Jalen with 9 rushes. Really, those rushes, there were like 4 out of those 5 rushes, out of those 9 rushes that were designed. The others were strictly him. He ran it. He did his magic. And then you had Gainwell with 2. But like I said, those runs, most of those runs where we had the lead, we're trying to keep it, and then you saw success. You literally saw success. And if you can't see success during film this week, Nick Sirianni, you're just blind, bro. You're just blind. You don't like to run. Like literally, like it's the bottom line is if you don't run it next week, you just don't like to run, or you don't like running backs, or I don't know what the hell your problem is. You need to run the ball, man. You need to run the ball more. It gets you success. There's 3 benefits. It gets you success. It's clock management. You gain first downs. Not to mention 2 rushing touchdowns, 4 facts. Running the damn ball. You know, we won this game. But we won because the players had a lot of fight in them. They had a lot of fight in them. They didn't give up this game until we won it. Coaching staff, I'm very disappointed. We can't simply just call a good running / balanced passing ball game. You know, it's ridiculous, man. I was really frustrated in this game, offensively. Like, yes, Zach Ertz, he dropped a 4th down pass. You had Dallas Goedert drop that sideline in the red zone, and he could have been a touchdown. But listen, dude, when you get in the red zone, you have 20 yards to work with. You have 8 downs, including 1 first down when you get to the 10. You know? Stop throwing screens. Stop throwing passes to the sideline. Like you need to make the defense honest, bro. Like, you need to get the defense honest. Throw some runs in there. Throw some play actions. The quarterback run option, that's good. You know what I mean? I like to see that. You know? I want the running backs involved and the running game involved. We need to get the running game involved more. I need to see 25 rushes. I don't care who the hell it is. If it's 15 Miles Sanders, if it's 5 Gainwell, 3 or 4 from Jalen, you know, take a little bit of passes off and throw them in the running game. Every Philly fan would appreciate balance in this offense. Please, you know, we're 2-3. We got Tampa Bay. That's when we need to implement the running game. We cannot be just first, second, third down and 10, and then fourth down and 6 or whatever, and just give the ball back to Tom Brady. That cannot, absolutely not happen. Implement the running game. Put it in there, man. Put the running game in your game plan. Put the running game in your game plan. Lord knows, I know, Philly fans know, we need this running game implemented in this offense. We need this running game in there. And the fact that Miles Sanders got frustrated, I side with Miles Sanders. I'm sorry, coaching staff and Nick Sirianni, like, y'all can tell him whatever you want. Y'all don't call runs. And the announcers were like, well, he should know to run out of bounds or whatever. Listen, man, when you have a design run, quarterback option to the sideline, how do you want him to stay in bounds without losing yardage? We're running sideways. Run north. It's only north and south. There's either a sack or there's a run for 2 or 3 yards. North. Stop throwing it to the side. Stop throwing screens to the side. That's not going to do anything. That only works whenever there's a rush and we're running the ball. We don't have no running game going on. Nobody thinks we're going to run it. Everyone thinks we're going to screen. Everyone thinks it's going to be a quick pass to the side. Stop doing that over and over again. It's too obvious. Other than that, look, man, we get a victory Monday and tomorrow. I'm happy we won. But if I could sit down and have a meeting with these coaches, I really would. I really would. You know. And I know it's all about the offensive line and if we win it or not. But honestly, even if we don't win it, if we don't implement any kind of running game, whether it's 2 or 3 yards, quarterback option, pitch run, a draw straight up the middle, we're not going to get any kind of balance on either play action, shotgun, where they can feel the run. The running back's right here on the side. There might be a run. Nobody thinks that because they already know we're just going to straight pass it every time. You know? We need to get another win Thursday night. We're on a short week. We need another win Thursday night. We need to get back to 500 and see where we can move on from there. We don't have an easy schedule. We do not have an easy schedule. We still have Saints to play. You know what I mean? We Tampa Bay's coming up. We got the Broncos, Raiders. We got the Chargers. We got a lot of teams right now that are just, they're good. They're good teams. We can't afford to be like making coaching mistakes, missed calls, an unbalanced offense. You know? Other than that, man, those are my opinions. We won today, but you know what I mean? We need to find balance. We need to find balance. I to me, dude, look, listen, I'm just gonna tell you before I end this video. If I was running the offense, I'd run it 25 to 27 times a game. A game, man. A game, like, no exception. 28, 27 times. You know? And in the fourth quarter, if I'm not gaining more than 50 or 100 yards, then I'd just be then I'd be trigger happy, you know? Then I'd be, all right, I gotta pass it, because especially if we're down. If we're down by like 14, yeah. In the fourth quarter, I'd just be passing the ball. But by that point, we would gain success because we've been running all game. You know, we forced that running game in there. You know, and that's what I don't get. These guys, this is the NFL. You know, you get paid however much the coaching staff gets paid, man. You get paid millions or 100, 700,000, whatever you get paid. And you don't have knowledge base that you need to balance your offense. You need to balance this offense. This cannot be just trigger happy. You know. Follow your boy. Subscribe to his channel. J18 Sanchez Jr. I'll holla at you this Thursday night after the game. Go Eagles. Hopefully it's a blackout stadium, bro.